Knowing is a movie that masterfully blends mystery, science fiction, and action, creating a unique cinematic experience that keeps viewers on the edge of their seats from start to finish. It's a film that doesn't just entertain, it makes you think deeply about the world around you. The story centers on a man named John Koestler, played by Nicolas Cage, who is struggling to find meaning in his life after a personal tragedy. John is a professor of astrophysics, someone who spends his days studying the stars and searching for patterns in the universe. He's a man of science, logic, and reason, but his world is about to be turned upside down. Everything changes when John's son brings home a strange letter from a time capsule buried 50 years ago. The letter is filled with a long, seemingly random string of numbers. At first, the numbers appear to be meaningless, but John soon realizes they are not random at all. They are actually a code that predicts major disasters, both from the past and those yet to come. The movie begins with a simple yet profound question: can numbers really tell us what will happen in the future, or are they just coincidences waiting to be discovered? This idea becomes the driving force behind the entire story, pushing John to dig deeper into the mystery and uncover the truth behind the numbers. As John deciphers the code, he finds himself caught in a desperate race against time, trying to prevent the next disaster before it strikes. The pressure mounts as he realizes that the fate of many lives may depend on his ability to understand the message hidden in the numbers before it's too late. Throughout the film, Knowing asks big, thought-provoking questions about fate, destiny, and free will. Are we truly in control of our lives, or is everything already written in the fabric of the universe? The movie challenges us to consider whether disasters are simply random accidents, or if they are part of a larger, mysterious plan that we can't fully understand. Is the future something we can change, or is it already decided, waiting for us to discover it one number at a time? John's journey to answer these questions is filled with suspense, danger, and moments of deep reflection, making Knowing both an exciting thriller and a profound exploration of life's biggest mysteries. Through its gripping adventure and suspenseful twists, Knowing shows how one man's relentless search for answers can change not only his own life, but potentially the fate of the entire world. The story is captivating and leaves us questioning whether the world is as random as it appears, or if there's a hidden order waiting to be uncovered by those willing to look closely enough. Our story opens in the picturesque town of Lexington, Massachusetts, in the year 2009. Nestled in the heart of New England, Lexington is a place where history and modern life blend seamlessly, its tree-lined streets and classic homes evoking a sense of timelessness and quiet comfort. Here, we meet John Koestler, a thoughtful and reserved man who shares his home with his young son, Caleb. Their relationship is close, built on love and mutual dependence, as they navigate life together in the aftermath of personal tragedy. Their house sits quietly in a peaceful suburban neighborhood, surrounded by friendly neighbors and the gentle rhythms of small-town life. It's the kind of place where nothing extraordinary ever seems to happen, at least not at first glance. John is not just a father, he's also an accomplished astrophysics professor at the prestigious Massachusetts Institute of Technology, or MIT. His days are spent immersed in scientific research, teaching bright young minds and pondering the mysteries of the universe. But at home, John faces a different set of challenges. He is a single father, having lost his beloved wife in a tragic fire years earlier. The pain of her absence lingers, shaping his every decision as he tries to provide stability and comfort for Caleb. Their home is a reflection of their lives, filled with stacks of books, scattered papers, and cherished family photos. Every corner holds memories, both joyful and bittersweet, creating an atmosphere that is both intellectual and deeply personal. John is a man of science, logical and analytical, but beneath his calm exterior, he struggles with loneliness and grief. The weight of responsibility and loss often keeps him awake at night, searching for meaning in the chaos of life. The story also takes us back in time, 50 years earlier, to the year 1959. In a small school, a group of children gathers for a special ceremony, the burial of a time capsule, meant to preserve their hopes and dreams for the future. This seemingly simple event becomes a powerful link between the past and the present, weaving together the lives of those long gone with the challenges faced by John and Caleb today. Inside the time capsule lie secrets, mysterious messages, and clues that will soon come to light, setting off a chain of events that will forever alter the course of John and Caleb's lives. The setting of Lexington is crucial. It's a world that appears safe and ordinary, where families go about their daily routines. Children play in the streets and life unfolds predictably. But beneath this calm surface, something extraordinary is about to happen. As the days pass, strange and unsettling events begin to disrupt the peace, hinting at dangers that no one could have anticipated. Soon, the quiet town of Lexington finds itself at the heart of a global mystery, as the secrets of the past collide with the uncertainties of the present, drawing John, Caleb, and their community into a story that will test the limits of belief and courage. Our story begins at Caleb's school, a place that seems ordinary on the outside, but is about to become the center of a decades-old mystery. The halls are filled with laughter and chatter, but today, something unusual is about to happen. The school community gathers outside to dig up a time capsule that was buried deep in the ground back in 1959. Teachers and students alike are buzzing with excitement, eager to see what secrets the past might reveal. As the capsule is carefully opened, everyone leans in to catch a glimpse. Inside, they find a treasure trove of memories, drawings and letters created by children who once walked these same halls, their hopes and dreams preserved for the future. Each letter is a window into the imagination of a child from the past. The students had written about what they thought the world would look like in the future. Flying cars, robots, and cities in the sky. Their colorful sketches and words fill the room with wonder. But among all these hopeful messages, Caleb receives something different, a mysterious envelope that stands out from the rest. His curiosity is instantly piqued as he carefully unfolds the old, fragile paper. Instead of a letter or a drawing, the paper is covered with a long, puzzling list of numbers. There are no words, no pictures, just rows and circles of numbers, written in a hurried, almost frantic hand. It looks nothing like the other letters. The letter was written by a girl named Lucinda Embry. She was known to be quiet and a bit strange, often keeping to herself in class. Few people remember her, but her mysterious message is impossible to ignore. Later that evening, Caleb's father, John, examines the letter at home. He's immediately intrigued. Why would a child write only numbers? What could Lucinda have been trying to say? At first glance, the numbers seem completely random, as if they have no meaning at all. But John, who is a scientist by profession, can't shake the feeling that there's a hidden pattern or message waiting to be discovered. This strange letter, overlooked for 50 years, could be the key to something much bigger. It holds secrets that have remained hidden, waiting for someone to finally notice them. Driven by curiosity and a sense of adventure, John decides to investigate. He's determined to study the numbers, crack the code, and uncover the truth behind Lucinda's mysterious message from the past. John cannot stop thinking about the numbers. He spends all night trying to find a pattern. He types the numbers into his computer. At first, nothing makes sense. But then, John notices something strange. Some of the number sequences match the dates of famous disasters. For example, he finds the numbers for the date of the 9/11 attack. Next to it, the letter shows the exact number of people who died. John checks more disasters, earthquakes, fires, plane crashes. The dates and death counts are all there in the letter. John is shocked. He realizes the letter has predicted every major disaster for the last 50 years. He tells his friend Phil about the discovery, but Phil is skeptical. Most people do not believe John at first. Despite their doubts, John keeps searching. He finds more dates in the letter, dates that have not happened yet. He fears these numbers show disasters that are still to come. John's worst fears begin to come true. The first date he finds in the future matches a terrible plane crash. He tries to stop it, but he is too late. He arrives at the scene just as the disaster happens. He watches helplessly as the numbers become real. The next disaster is even worse. John learns about a subway train accident. Again, he tries to stop it but cannot. Many people are hurt or killed, just as the letter predicted. The numbers are not just a warning, they are a record of fate. John realizes that he cannot change what is meant to happen. Each new date on the list brings more fear. The disasters are getting bigger and more dangerous. The numbers are always right. As the disasters happen, John feels more desperate. He wants to protect Caleb and save people, but he does not know how. The power of the numbers is stronger than anything he can do. John studies the letter carefully, trying to figure out how Lucinda knew about all these events. He tries to reach out to Lucinda's family and learns about her troubled life. As a child, Lucinda heard strange whispers and seemed to see things no one else could. The numbers in the letter aren't random at all. Each group of numbers actually gives a date, the number of deaths, and a location. Lucinda wrote them down in order, predicting disasters for 50 years. This secret stayed hidden until Caleb opened the letter. John visits Lucinda's old house and meets her daughter, Diana, and her granddaughter, Abby. They're scared by the mystery too. Together, they try to figure out what the last numbers mean. The last numbers on the list don't have a clear location. They're a code that John must solve. He starts to realize these numbers might point to the final biggest disaster of all. The story gets more intense as John races to solve the code. The final numbers seem to point to, well, a worldwide disaster. John believes it could be the end of everything. He works with Diana and Abby, using clues from Lucinda's life. Strange people with pale faces start following Caleb and Abby. They don't speak, but just watch from the shadows. Caleb hears whispers, just like Lucinda did years ago. These strangers seem to know about the numbers and the future. John eventually finds out that the final numbers match the coordinates of their home. He realizes something terrible is coming. The news reports strong solar flares from the sun, and scientists warn that these flares could destroy life on Earth. Time is running out. John has to decide what to do to save Caleb and Abby. The danger is bigger than anything he's ever faced. The last disaster isn't just a fire or a crash, it's a solar flare that will burn the Earth. No one can stop it. John understands now that the numbers have led him to this final moment. He can't save everyone, but he can save Caleb and Abby. The mysterious strangers turn out to be aliens. They take Caleb and Abby with them in a spaceship. The aliens choose children to start a new life on another planet. John says goodbye to his son, knowing Caleb will be safe. John returns to his parents' house. He's sad, but he accepts his fate. The solar flare hits the Earth, destroying everything. The world ends, but the children begin a new life on a faraway world. The movie ends with hope. Even though Earth is gone, life will continue somewhere else. The numbers changed everything for John, Caleb, and the world. Knowing shows us how one strange letter can change lives. The movie really makes us think about fate, destiny, and whether we can control the future. John tried to stop disasters, but he learned that some things just can't be changed. The story is also about hope. Even when things seem dark, there's still a chance for new beginnings. Caleb and Abby get a second chance on a new world. The movie leaves us with questions about what's possible. Knowing uses science, mystery, and emotion to tell a powerful story. The numbers were more than just math. They were a message about life and destiny. John's journey shows that searching for answers can change everything. In the end, knowing asks us to look at the world in a new way. Are we just following numbers, or can we make our own future? The movie doesn't give all the answers, but it makes us think long after the story ends.